All right, guys, what's up? My name is Tim. I am the event director of Metcon Rush, here to bring the RX individuals their events for the weekend, kind of event flow, breakdown, standards, all that good jazz. So off the bat, we have our campus run. You guys start Friday with the elite individuals as well. Just a quick heads up with the run. I think, if I can remember correctly, it's the same time for the men and women, as well as the same time for our elite individuals. That's just like generic time. There will be a stagger with the release of the athletes running, so that's not too many people at one time. Keep it safe. We are bringing a company in to do this. I've met with them several times. They gave us kind of the best way that they think we should run the event as far as safety and just making sure there's not too much bottleneck happening. So when you guys do arrive, we will have you guys stagger us a little bit. So event one we'll start at 12:30, but it might not be 12:30 for everybody. But we'll have check-in time at 10 a.m. to about 11:30. And then from there, we want to get everybody checked in with the company for the run, so they have their bibs, their chip timers, all that good stuff, and we can obviously give you guys a little bit more feedback on the run. We'll have like a map to show you kind of the run before you guys start it, but we'll have staff out there, we'll have a gator driving around, we'll have like delineators with tape and stuff, so it's going to really give you guys a good idea of where you're going. But the campus run is 4 laps, so it's 0.6 miles per lap, so you're going to run it 4 times before you finish. As far as the run is concerned, we'll have it mapped out where to go. If for some reason you do kind of get lost or whatever, there will be some time, add time onto your run, relatively significant. So make sure you are following the correct path, not trying to game it too much, right? Make sure we're in the right direction. As far as some people ask if they wear headsets or earbuds or whatever, if you guys don't listen to music while you're running, obviously that's your choice. There's not a whole lot of commands happening from judging, or that he's running in a circle. So if you want to have music, you're more than welcome. So that's event one. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. We're gonna run, and then you guys are gonna have some downtime a little bit before your next event, which is that lift. Again, it takes place outside as well. You will be at the amphitheater for this, which is right across the street from the main venue. So it's in walking distance, or there's a parking lot above it. So if you want to drive over, you can. When you guys do your run, you will run past the backside of the amphitheater, so you will see it. So you kind of have an idea where it's at later on. But we'll have some break time in between. So if you come back into the college, there's locker room. So if you want to get a shower, you can get a shower. Obviously, you can change. We'll have some athlete care there. So if you need any assistance, or if you want to just obviously just chill out for a little bit, you can. And then we'll head back over to the amphitheater around 2:30 range. This complex is going to be a clean, hang clean, front squat and jerk. You must complete. I had some people ask, so can I do a clean and jerk just to kind of warm up within those windows? And the answer is no. You have to complete the clean, the jerk, the clean, the hang clean, the front squat, the jerk. At least make the attempt for that each round. Obviously, so there's no real gaming, right? We didn't want to have anybody doing more work than others, or there being discrepancies, like the crowd watching the event. Why is one person doing this, one person doing that? So again, you must attempt that every time. If you want to do a power clean, you can. If you want to do a hang power clean, you can. It's your choice. You can squat it. It's really up to you. Obviously, for the front squat, we do want to see full depth in the squat. So you're going to squat below parallel, and then the jerk could be a push jerk or a split jerk, or whatever you want to get the bar overhead. It's your choice. You obviously have 4 attempts. So 3, 2, 1, go. You have an attempt. You have that 2-minute window to try to hit that complex, and then from there you can add weight to your bar. Get ready for your next round, which will happen 2 minutes later. If you miss the lift in the 2-minute window, you cannot try it again. You have to complete. You only get one attempt to complete that per a window. So if you miss anything, you can't try to pick it back up and go again. So again, be mindful. I guess when you kind of start, utilize the entire 2-minute windows if you need to. We'll have plenty of weights for everybody. 8 people will be going at one time, just to kind of keep it within that area, kind of safe or whatever. Behind the building, we'll have a warm-up area with weights and barbells. Try to keep it so that if there's not 4 or 5 heats at one time trying to warm up, right? If you're on deck, you're gonna go, right? Obviously, you should be out there warming up, but if you don't go for an hour or so, try to keep it so that the athletes that need to get that done can get that done. We'll have, like I said, plenty of weights and barbells for at least 10 people at one time, men and women, right? So 20 barbells. But just want to make sure it's safe back there. We're not crowding that area up if we don't need to. There is going to be behind the backside of the amphitheater an area to walk inside where it has bathrooms, it's air conditioned. We'll have some tents out there behind the building too. It looks like it should be a nice weekend, low 80s. So it shouldn't be as hot as it has been. So but we'll also make sure to give you guys what you need to kind of stay cool back there. So that'll be event 2. That'll complete your Friday. Once you guys get done, just depending upon what heat you have, you could be done anywhere from 3 o'clock to 5 p.m. range, depending if you're male or female. But yeah, so you guys are welcome to ask any questions you have about this stuff. If there's more to it than what I provided answer wise, you're more than welcome to kind of shoot me a message or an email if need be. Once you guys finish up this, you're done for the day. When you guys come back on Saturday, since you've already checked in for the weekend, you don't have to come back at a certain time. The doors will open at 7 a.m. But if say your event's not till 9 a.m., right? You don't have to be there until obviously when you're about to go. Make sure you're nice and warmed up, ready to roll. But there's no requirement as far as what time to come in. This is all serving as your briefing. So obviously, if you have questions beforehand, ask. If you have questions that day, you can ask your athlete control or any of our judges that we have back there that can help you out with those questions. But event 3, we'll start with before time with a 12-minute cap. You'll start with a 27 cal bike. Then you'll handstand walk 20 feet down. Do 27 thrusters at 95 pounds for the men, 65 for the women. You'll walk back to your bar 20 feet. I'm sorry, to your bike, I should say, 20 feet. Perform 21 calories on that Echo bike. Then you'll handstand walk back 20 feet again to your barbell for 21 thrusters. That way we'll increase to 115 for the men, and it'll go to 85 for the women. Then you'll walk back to your bike again once more to finish up on the bike with 15 calories. One last handstand walk back to your barbell for a 135 barbell for the men, 95 for the women for 15 reps, right? So I think for the most part, that's pretty straightforward. I mean, on the bike, can't really, I don't think, at least, unless you're ghosting your last couple calories, really hard for you to kind of get no reps on that. So make sure you do hit your specific calorie on the bike before you hop off, or the judge will call you back. So you can't ghost that last calorie for a turnover. Make sure it's 27 before you pop off. For the handstand walk, there's no specific distance other than 5 feet that you have to cross before you come down. So, we're not going to make it be a 20-foot unbroken handstand walk or a 10-foot before you come down. It's like just every 5 feet. So if you're someone who's not the greatest on your hands, as long as you get 5 feet to go, you obviously can keep advancing to get to your 20 feet in total, right? For that. You will be required to add your own weights in the bar. So when you guys handstand walk up to your bar, we'll have some weights off to the side. So when you finish your thrusters, it's really up to you if you want to add the weight at that point and then walk back to your bar, or if you're going to wait till you get back the next round and add it to the bar. It's your choice. We're not going to indicate whether or not you have to add weight before or after your rounds. It's really your strategy, however you want to handle that. Some people like to wait till they get back. Some people use it as a rest period before they go on their hands. It's really your choice. So again, pretty straightforward for the most part for this workout. But if you have any questions, let me know, right? For the thrusters, just make sure you guys are passing below parallel, locking out, full range of motion, the lock out the top. You can power clean into a front squat and go into your rep. You can squat clean the first rep. It's really your choice how you want to handle that, whatever works best for you. But that'll be event 3, the first event in the morning for you guys, and that'll be on floor 2 when you guys come in on Saturday, right? Event 4 also will be on floor number 2, all right? This will be our 4th workout of the weekend. You guys will start on your rower, and the men will hit 30 calories, the women hit 25. You'll advance up to your worm. The worms will be all the way across the floor. You'll do your worm facing burpees, right, for 20 reps for both men and women. Then you'll step over that worm, continue forward to your dumbbell, perform 30 dumbbell snatches. A little bit of heavier snatch, right? This will be 70 pounds for the men, 50 for the women. 2 head touch the floor, all one motion overhead to a lockout position. The dumbbell stacked over the shoulders, and this must be alternating reps. You cannot do 5 with your right, then 5 with your left. You will be alternating the dumbbell, whether it's overhead or front rack position, whatever you feel, or from the floor, whatever you feel comfortable with, but it needs to be alternating hands, right? And both heads of the dumbbell need to make contact with the ground. All right, so that'll take place. And then you guys will come back to the worm, hit your worm facing burpees, come back to the rower, knock out your row, and then you guys are gonna run down to the finish line to finish out your workout, right? So, and even though I didn't touch base on this last workout here, when you finish your last set of thrusters, you will also cross the finish line, which will be, within a couple feet of your barbell. So that won't be too hard to get to. But when you are doing this event here, obviously you're working your way back from, you're going from start to end, back to start to get back to that rower. So you guys have to sprint back across the line to finish out your event after your row is completed. So obviously when you get done your rower, don't collapse, right? Hop up, run across the finish line, and then you can lay down for a little bit if you need to after that, right? It's a 10-minute cap, so a little bit of a sprint there. Should be a pretty solid workout. You know, no real thought process, just move fast, and try to burn it down a little bit, right? So again, standards for some things here, like worm facing burpees, right? Just make sure your hips and chest touch the ground. Jump over that worm. It is a little bit higher than a barbell. I should say higher, it's probably a little wider than a barbell, I should say. So obviously getting over that worm will be a little bit different. You can do a 2 foot takeoff, kind of like in the open where the 1 foot can kind of go over as long as 2 feet land at the same time. You cannot step over the worm. It needs to be some sort of a jump, right? So make sure we're jumping when we go over top of that worm. Again, we've already covered the dumbbell, right? Make 2 heads make contact with the ground. Must be alternating reps. Make sure you lock out while stacking the dumbbell over top of the wrists, right? So again, that'll be event number 4 on Saturday. And then from there, the top 10 individuals, so 10 women, 10 men, will move on to the final event for the weekend, right? And this will be 10 ring muscle ups, start with the men, 8 for the women. Then you move into 15 power snatches. That way across the board is 115 for the men and 80 pounds for the ladies. So every time you see the power snatch, that'll be the weight. Then you have 10 bar muscle ups, 15 power snatches, 10 bar muscle ups, 15 power snatches, and finally finish up with 10 ring muscle ups again for the men, 8 for the women, and you guys will sprint to the finish to complete that workout. This workout will be on the main floor to finish out the weekend. As far as the muscle ups are concerned, if someone's shorter, we will have the crash pads if you need them to kind of give you a little bit more height there. Just make sure you guys lock out in a support position before you push away, right? So once you see full range of motion there with the catch, lock out, and then you guys can obviously push away into that hollow position for your next rep, right? Then you guys have 15 power snatches with a barbell, so make sure both plates make contact with the floor, lock out all one range of motion overhead, knees, hips fully extended, arms locked out for full range of motion on the power snatch. Same with the bar muscle up as the ring muscle up. Just make sure you guys lock out the top of that catch position of the bar muscle up. And after that, the workout pretty much mirrors itself, right? So it's kind of a little bit of a sprint as well to finish out the weekend. Again, top 10 men, top 10 women will be performing this event, right? And then they should be done, mid-afternoon for the day, right? Then we'll have our podium to follow. All that information was already posted as far as your day is concerned. The heat schedules are up so you can see all the times for all the individual heats. We do reseed athletes, so after Friday, when you come in Saturday morning, we'll have the top 10 men and women in the final heat for every event. So we'll reseed throughout the day to make sure everybody kind of has the best push. And then obviously, like I said, you'll move on if you're in the top 10 to finish out the weekend with this event. So again, this will be your weekend. If you have any questions before we meet on Friday, by all means, send a message, email, whatever you need. Be more than happy to help you out with any information you might need. So we're getting close. Excited to see everybody for year number 10. Appreciate you guys signing up, supporting the event over the last couple of years. A lot of repeat people coming back. So again, I really appreciate the support, and I'm excited to see everybody next Friday.